It's Tuesday, the 7th of March 2023, and that means it's the weekly reset in Destiny 2 where the content rotates, the vendors and the challenges reset. We got a chance for new content to be added into the game. We'll stay tuned for the latest goings on in Season of Defiance. We've got seasonal challenges, Banshee's weekly weapons, and what is in the Eververse store this week. Well, if you're new around here or find this useful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for all the latest Destiny 2 content and turn on notifications by hitting that bell. Roughly 95% of viewers who watch This Week in Video Games aren't subscribed, so subscribe today and never miss an update. Okay, let's check out those weekly reset items for the week. Well, it is week 2 of Season of Defiance, and last week we kicked off with a great cutscene with Crow and Amanda Holiday, so if you haven't had the chance to catch up on that just yet, go ahead and do that as the story continues this week. So make your way over to the helm and jump onto the latest quest, or the latest part of the quest, of We Stand Unbroken. Also this week, the latest Destiny 2 raid lands in the game. We've got the Root of Nightmares. This is coming on March the 10th, and that is on Friday, and the world's first race kicks off at the same time as well, with 48 hours of contest mode. So we've got a power cap of 1780, so ideally you want to be as close to that as possible. If you're taking part in the world's first race, good luck. I will definitely be watching. In terms of the nightfall for the week, we've got a new one, so it's Battlegrounds on Mars. That is going to be a very interesting nightfall, so let me know down in the comments how you get on with that. Don't know the reward rotation just yet, so let me know once again down in the comments what weapon you see dropping for you in the nightfall this week. In terms of the featured content for the week, the Garden of Salvation raid is your featured raid for the week. In terms of the featured dungeon, well, that one is the Grasp of Avarice, and that is found on the Cosmodrome. Well, next up, let's have a look at the seasonal challenges for the week. So it's week 2. We've got loads of challenges this week. So Against the Shadows, the complete week 2 of We Stand Unbroken. Then we've got Favoured Liberator, so generate favours in seasonal activities, and all members of the current fire team contribute to the overall progress. Then we've got Rohan's Legacy, so complete the quest Unfinished Business. Also, defeat combatants throughout Neomuna with precision final blows, and bonus progress awarded for using machine guns. Then we've got the full set, so in Neomuna, collect and place 4 action figures. And then we've got Cosmodrome activities, so in the Cosmodrome, earn progress by completing bounties, patrols, public events, and lost sectors. We got Lost in the Legend, so complete a lost sector on Legend or higher. Then we got Flourish of Power, so defeat Guardians in Mayhem playlist with super abilities. That is going to be super fun this week with Strand. Then we got Bank, Kill, Repeat. Earn points by banking moats, defeating blockers and defeating Guardians in Gambit. We've got Hive Slayer, so defeat Hive combatants in Vanguard playlists or strikes, and earn bonus progress for defeating tougher combatants. And finally, we have Close Range Calibration, so calibrate close range weapons, so sidearms, submachine guns, shotguns, glaives and swords, and that is all in the Cosmodrome, and bonus progress for rapidly defeating combatants. Okay, next up, let's have a look at the raids and the dungeons for the week. So starting off with the raid challenges over on Europa with the Deepstone Crypt. This week's challenge is Red Rover. Moving on, let's have a look at the Legends tab. So Kingsfall raid. This week's challenge is Hands Off. Really excellent raid, that one. Next up, the Vault of Glass. I think this is my favourite raid of all. Challenge this week is Wait for It. So if you are a brand new player, you haven't checked out these raids before, definitely recommend jumping in as soon as you possibly can. Okay, heading on over to the Dreaming City with The Last Wish, another excellent raid. Challenge here is Strength of Memory. Next up we got the Vow of the Disciple raid over on Savathun's Throne World. Challenge here is Defense is Down. Finally, back on over to the Moon. As I mentioned before, featured raid for the week is the Garden of Salvation, and you can see it's featured by all of the challenges available. Finally then, the featured dungeon for the week, as I mentioned before, that is the Grasp of Avarice dungeon, and that is on the Cosmodrome, so loads of activities on the Cosmodrome this week. Well, next up, let's have a look at the playlists and the pinnacles for the week, starting off with the Vanguard. So the Nightfall for the week is the Battlegrounds on Mars. That is going to be really, really interesting. Don't know the reward just yet, so let me know down in the comments. Also, we've got Vanguard Ops. We've got the Strand Surge this week, so 25% bonus damage to outgoing strand damage. We've got Void Threat, so 25 increase to incoming void damage. We've got Power Level Disabled, and we've got Ashes to Ashes, so dealing damage with a solar weapon now applies Scorch to your targets, but your foes also now apply Scorch to you when they deal solar or explosive damage. That is your Vanguard offering for the week. Next up, let's have a look at Crucible. So the rotating playlist this week is Mayhem. Also, you can go after Rose as well. You've got to complete your placement series matches. That is 7 matches in competitive. Trials of Osiris isn't around at the moment. It's not going to be here this weekend either. So the raid is dropping in Destiny 2 this weekend. But don't worry, Trials will be back very soon. Next up, let's have a look at Gambit. So if you do 3 Gambit matches on regular or in freelance, we'll get some Pinnacle gear. Well, we are in the tower, as always, and it is a little bit different now. The Traveller is not here at the moment. If you missed out on that, make sure you do the Lightfall campaign. And next up, let's have a look at the weekly weapons from Banshee-44. See if he's got any tasty god rolls for us this week. First of all, let's have a look at the featured weapons that he's got today. So we've got Under Your Skin, Tactile String, Carbon Arrow Shaft, Archer's Tempo, Adaptive Munitions. We've got Land Tank as well for the Origin trait. Always pretty good, that bow. We've got the Judgment of Kelgarath, Ballistic Tuning, Acrized Rounds, Demolitionist, Wellspring. We've got a choice of Origin traits here, so Ambush and Hake Breach armaments. Then we've got the Battle Scar. So this is a new pulse rifle, Arrowhead Break, Tactical Mag, Encore, Multi-Kill Clip. We've got the Origin trait of Field Tested there. Next up we've got Farewell, the sidearm, so extended barrel, appended mag, heating up and vorpal weapon. That is a very, very good one. That one I think is from Season of the Splicer. And then we've got the class-specific swords. So for you, those in the comments who were looking for Crown Splitter the other day, that should be back available for the Titans. So we've got Enduring Blade, Infinite Guard, Fresh, Assassin's Blade. I'm on my Warlock here, so I'm getting Eternity's Edge. If you visit as a Hunter or a Titan, you should get a different sword. Okay, let's have a look at the World Drop weapons. So first of all, we've got Legal Action 2. I do like this pulse rifle. Chamber Compensator, Acrized Rounds, Heating Up, and Osmosis. Not too bad. We've got a new one here. Hirukanji. So do correct me on my pronunciation down there in the comments. Chambered Compensator, Extended Mag, 4th times the Charm, and Eye of the Storm. Eye of the Storm probably not very good on a sniper. A 140 sniper, that looks pretty good, although, yeah, as I say, not really too keen on Eye of the Storm. That is a new sniper, so that is very, very good. Next up, the Stochastic Variable, Chamber Compensator, Flared Magwell, Under Pressure, Unrelenting. Got the various trackers there, so we've got the Kanata 57, Corkscrew Rifling, Acrized Rounds, Hip Fire Grip, Focus Fury. The Typhon GL5. A launchers have been given a buff, so might be worth looking at. Confined Launch, Augmented Drum, Demolitionist, Fuel Clip. That is pretty good for PvE content, that one. And finally, we've got the Taipan 4FR. This one is looking pretty good. So, Full Bore, Ionized Battery, Clown Cartridge, and Frenzy. And we've got Vice Stinger. That is one of the best Origin traits in the game. So if you haven't got a good Taipan 4FR, that is a pretty good place to start. Pound cartridge, so when you're reloading the weapon, it randomly overfills from reserves. So that's going to be really, really good for DPS. That might be pretty good for new players going into the raid weekend. That was Banshee-44's weapons. Next up, let's head on over to the Eververse store and see what we have for Bright Dust this week. First of all, we have CHITIN SLATE. Pretty good. Carbon Blood. Matte finish on those shaders. We've got the Pyramid Entrance. Pretty cool. We've got the STARDEVIL Predator. A very nice exotic ship. We have Read the Map. Plenty of players with this one. Pretty good indeed. Okay, next up we have Spider Projection. Got an ornament for Dead Man's Tale, Noble Burden. That. If you like Dead Man's Tale, that might be worth picking up. Next up we've got Lay Striders, an ornament for Lunar Faction Boots. I always think ornaments for Warlock Boots are kind of wasted given the robes they've got. Next up, we have an exotic ship. I'm not going to pronounce that. You can see it. It's on the screen. Pretty good. Got the Urban Commander. Camo motif on that one. Then we've got Stow the Rings. We've got Dubious Correlation. I think that one's from Witch Queen. And, oh no, it's from Season of Arrival, so you can see there on the icon. Reminded me of the one from Witch Queen. Anyway, let's move on. Swirling Leaf Entrance. Always good, that one. Got Vex Incursion Entrance. We've got Champion Entrance. Next up, the Misto Phosphor. Pretty nice. Finish on that one. Got the Nectar Dynamo. We got the Neopop Wave. Too keen on the silver on that one. Then we got the Golden Age Wine. A very nice looking shader. Well, that is about it for the weekly reset information on the 7th of March 2023. I think the big news this week, well, we've got two big pieces of news really, is week 2 in the story of Season of Defiance, and also the new Destiny 2 raid is dropping on Friday. That is going to be really, really exciting stuff. So if you're jumping into that day 1 raid, good luck, and that raid race is going to be really, really exciting. I will be watching. Can't wait to jump into the raid myself. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and whatever you get up to in Destiny 2 this week, I hope you have a really, really great time. I'll see you really soon.